Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Carlo Ancelotti has spoken to the press this morning in his first press conference since becoming Everton manager at the weekend. He was very calm and assured during the press conference. He spoke about the ambitions of Everton Football Club and how Everton persuaded him to take up the job. There was a couple of testing questions, shall we say, by a BBC journalist. I thought they were a little bit disrespectful of questions, but, Ancelotti answered them with confidence. And, basically the BBC reporter was saying that Everton, there was no way they could finish in the top six during his tenure at the club. And Ancelotti said, well, nothing's impossible. And not only am I aiming for the top six, but aiming to take Everton top of the league, because that has to be the aim. And he's right, you have got to aim that high. There's no point saying, hopefully we can get into the top six. You've got to try to win the league. That's what your aim is. You might fall short, but at least you're going for it. There's no point trying to play everything down, because this is a fella that's won leagues in lots of countries. It's a fella who wants the very best. So why should he come here and settle? And that was the point he made to that journalist. Very, very upbeat. Talked about ambition, talked about the stadium. He has confirmed today that Duncan Ferguson will be one of his assistant managers, along with his son David Ancelotti. Francesco Mauri will be the fitness coach. He had him at Real Madrid. And Alan Kelly will remain as the goalkeeping coach until the end of the season. And then whether or not Ancelotti looks at that position again at the end of the season, we'll have to wait and see. He did go from the press conference to Finch Farm. He took training today, or this afternoon rather, met the players. Duncan Ferguson had give the players the day off, but Carlo Ancelotti called them in for training today. He also, in the press conference, spoke about building the club up, and spoke about the club's ambitions to get into Europe, the Europa League and then the Champions League. Said it would take time. Said he would sit down with Marcel Brands and go through the transfer targets and what the squad needs. But he said at the moment we've got 3 games coming up, and Burnley is all his focus was on later this week. Didn't give any update on players, probably because he didn't know anything. So very, very interesting. One of the other things he did speak about was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was asked about him. Said he's his friend, said he'll give him a call and see if he wants to come to Liverpool, to which there was a hush in the room. But he then kind of played it down and said, maybe not as a player. But there was a twinkle in his eye, so you never know. Zlatan still being very strongly linked with a move to Goodison Park, so probably never say never, really. But there you go. So great to see Ancelotti today. Great that he's the new Everton manager, and the club now can move forward with a world-class manager. On to other things. Another massive bit of Everton news today was Everton have submitted their planning application for the Bramley-Moore Dock 52,000-seater stadium. New images were out today that have been altered and updated, as well as a new CGI flyby. You can see that on this YouTube channel. Images, there's the car park's been moved from its original position to now in front of the stadium, and you can see better HD quality images of things like the tram tracks in the fan park and the concourses inside the stadium as well. Just looks that much sharper. But it's great news on a big day that the planning permission has gone in. It normally takes around 16 weeks for planning permission, but obviously this is such a big application that we'll have to wait and see. But the club have done everything they can. They've got it in now, and it's a case of wait now until planning permission is given. And when we get planning permission, it'll be a fantastic bit of news in 2020, won't it? Everton today linked, unsurprisingly really, to Koulibaly at Napoli. A lot of Italian journalists saying that Koulibaly has made it known he'd like to join Ancelotti. Didn't agree with him leaving Napoli. Whether that's just speculation, it probably is. But, at least he's in, that conversation and now involves Everton. And we've also been linked to 25-year-old midfield player Zielinski, who also plays for Napoli. He's a very good player as well. Both of those moves would be probably the summer if they were to happen. And it is a big if they were to happen, but that's what is going around today. And finally, Lyon were linked with a move for Lucas Digne. French press saying that he was interested until he found out that Ancelotti was the new manager, and now that is dead in the water because he wants to play under Ancelotti. Read into that what you will. Luca Dean always seems very, very happy at Everton, but obviously the signing of Ancelotti will make the players even happier, I guess. So there you go. Nothing left to say other than give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Join us on Patreon. Have a fantastic Christmas. See you later.